What's going on, guys? I just got back last night from my class at Fort Worth Barber Supply. If you guys didn't see that vlog, definitely go check that out. I got the GMB on the back. I got my camera. Been off for about 2 weeks, so we're gonna head into the shop. I got some new stuff to show you guys in the bag. So let's go in the shop, get our stuff unpacked out of this bag. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so I'm excited. I got a couple new things in Fort Worth, and one of them was this one-off, guys. This is the Los Cut It Boost Influencer Edition with the rubber grip, but we went ahead and blacked it all out. I was walking around at Fort Worth Barber Supply. My guy, Raph, this was his clipper. I said, brother, look, I gotta have that. I don't know how I need to get it, but I gotta have this. So what's cool, guys, and this is unfortunate, but you guys know I had this black FX just like this before, but it was the regular black FX that was all more of a gloss black, not this matte black. And the boost motor was actually the first prototype, and it actually would just turn off on me. So I turned that in when I got the Snap FX. I gave it to Dennis at Babyliss to look at and see what was wrong with it. So I haven't had a regular FX in a while. And if you guys don't know, Tomb45 now has the battery and the motor upgrade. So guys, this clipper actually already has all of this in there. So we're gonna see what this thing's all about. I gotta switch the blade to a taper blade, but this is how Raph had it set up. He does have the motor and the battery in there from Tomb45. And like I said, guys, the boost had a little bit of an issue at the beginning. The early ones just turn it off. You turn it on for a few seconds. I'd be taking a couple licks into the hair and it would just stop. So this is gonna fix your problem. If you guys have an old FX clipper that you don't like anymore, doesn't run very smooth, doesn't have very much power, this combination is gonna bring it back to life. As you guys can see here, I'll let you guys hear it a little bit. If you guys want to check out the battery upgrade, guys, head to tomb45.com. I'm gonna link it down below if you guys want to check it out. Man, y'all look at that thing with the green LED. That girl bad right there. So guys, like I said, that's a one-off. That's a Los Cut It version. So it's supposed to have a red Babyliss logo and a red ring at the bottom, but we took it off the other Patty Cuts influencer, made that matte black thing. Got the green LED. You guys know the Tomb battery can change the LED. If you guys didn't see my new LED pads as well, definitely need to check those things out. And you guys see I went shopping a little bit. Here's the taper blade we're gonna throw on the FX. And that's mine. Oh, and that's mine. We got some new combs, guys. These are the 339. They didn't have my 336, so we're gonna go with the 339. This is the carbon black, guys. It's basically indestructible. And then we got the green, Tomb green plastic. And all these joints are for my man, JT. There you go, my friend.
Appreciate it.
It was due for JT to get some new ones. So what makes $15 combs worth versus going to Sally's and getting like just a 99-cent?
I don't know. I say it might just be in your mind, but I really do think they separate the hair a lot better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
The one I just got says anti-static on it. So I don't know if that has something to do like when you're sectioning and what it does. And then obviously the YS Park thing is like this first, first skip tooth, which gives you like one wider groove so you guys can section the hair. But if you guys have been watching for a while, you know JT's girl is a Cosmo and used to work with us. So half of those are, this one's not for him, this is for her. But so yeah, I had to hook him up at Fort Worth and get him some combs. So get rid of this. Look, unpopular opinion, but if you got combs that's missing a bunch of teeth, I'm gonna let JT slide. He missing just one or two, but if you missing a bunch of teeth, you a joke. Well, he's definitely gonna be mad the whole flight. I'd be worried about taking my son on a flight, man. He hates sitting for hell. Oh shit. All this weird stuff is over. All right, y'all, I got a bunch going on today. We got the Phantom and the Demon charging. You guys see that blackout, murdered out with the Powerclips. I'm working on a review for these. You guys seen this? My man Cuts by Coast back there got a boost that's not working. So we're gonna take the motor and battery and upgrade his boost here in a second. All right, guys, so we're gonna do the Tomb45 battery install on the boosted right here. Markel's boosted. Sometimes you turn it on and it stops. So you guys can see that is on, it is charged, it's barely moving, it's stopping. So that is a problem with the boost. Some of them, if you got the early run, guys, it just does that. My black one did it, that's why I got the new one. So we're gonna go ahead and hook them up with all the Tomb45 motor and battery and bring this thing back to life. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna take this bottom ring off with these 3 screws right here. I'm gonna go get my power screwdriver. Sleeve come off. Now we need to take off this faceplate right here, guys. Behind here, there are 2 screws that will allow us to open this thing up and get it all the way out. So we're gonna get a flathead, pry this off. We're gonna be real careful not to scratch it and mess it up. We'll grab a flathead, pop this off, and we can move on. All right, so you guys can see 2 screw holes here. We're gonna take these out and we'll be able to unsandwich these 2 pieces. And there's 2 right here. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get all this stuff out of the package. This is the motor. We'll go ahead and do this first. Just get it out so it's ready for us. So there's our motor. Comes with some extra screws in case you guys need them. All right, there we go. All right, guys, so super simple. You're just gonna pull this battery up. We're gonna unplug the charging port right here. Unplug the motor from it. That's the old one. We'll go ahead and get it out of the way. Now you can see we got 4 screws right here to take the motor out. You can see we got some hair in here, so this thing has been used. You guys saw it wouldn't even turn on, so we're gonna pop this motor out, put the new motor in, and bring it back to life. So you guys can see these screws are a little bit smaller from the bottom of the motor. Let's set them over here out of the way. These top screws are a little bit bigger. I think they're still in the motor, but you can see I just picked that thing up, came right out. We are gonna need this metal piece right here to put the other motor in. So you guys see here is the boost motor. We'll go in the same exact way. We'll put this little cover right here. Not a cover, it's basically gonna help it be held down in here. So let's go ahead and get some of this hair out. It's not my clipper, but we'll go ahead and clean it up for your boy. All right, so we're just gonna set this in here. Make sure it goes into the cam follower. Silver piece goes on here, and you can see there's the holes. So we'll take the small screws, go ahead and get them started. All right, there's the bottom 2. Put the top 2 in right here. Oh, this thing is a magnet, guys. You see it sticking to it. So put the top 2 in. There's 1, there's 2. All right, so these are in there pretty tight, guys. So I'm using the old manual screwdriver to go ahead and crank these in and make sure that they're good. All right, so the motor's in, guys. Here's the battery. You guys can see, I'm gonna have to look real close, but we got blue LEDs. Let's see if you guys can see it. At the top of this switch right here, it says BU, GN, and yellow. So I think that's blue, green, and yellow. So we're gonna go green. We're gonna leave it on yellow. He got a boost, so we're gonna leave it on yellow for the boost. Mine has a green charger. But guys, now we'll just flip this upside down. Clip the motor in. Clip the charger in, just like it was before. We will set that down in right here. Make sure our charger goes back to where it needs to go. Boom. We put our faceplate back on and put this thing back together. Now guys, super important, the white piece right here is what is gonna connect to the switch. So we wanna make sure that it is off because obviously this is off. Put it on top. We're gonna go ahead and squeeze it together. We wanna make sure that it will turn on. So you guys see it turned on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put our screws back together, put the sleeve back on, put the bottom ring back on, and we'll be done. All right, so there's that, guys. We're gonna go ahead and throw the sleeve on, put the bottom ring back on, go ahead and snug those down. All right, guys, last but not least, pop the faceplate back in. So let's get it charging, and we'll see what it's sounding like. And apparently I did the red LED, but it's gonna have to work today. All right, they ain't charged up a bunch. I just put them on there. We're gonna test them out. They were totally dead, right?
Yeah.
Like wouldn't even turn on.
Yeah, they're running.
They're running. They ain't charged much, but.
I can't believe you revived it.
Hey, that's what it's for. I mean, it's the same idea as like the battery for the Singer, the Magic Clip. And I don't know on this if it's the motor or the battery on what your problem was as far as the boost cutting out, but of course a whole new motor and a whole new battery will revive it.
Yeah, it wouldn't even turn on at all. It would just go.
We showed it when we started the install, but that's it, guys. Back to life. All right, guys, so like I said, that is available at Tomb45.com. The motor and battery package, I put all my batteries in, so this is all I got. But the motor and battery, right now, guys, it's a package deal for $60. The battery was $45 by itself before, so $60, but the price probably will go up, guys. So if this is something you want to do it now. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Solid?
Oh yeah. Been a while since I used it.
Yeah, definitely like, and I know you had the old ones, so you probably ain't felt one like that in a minute, but
You can feel the power in it.
yeah, they're solid. Anyway, guys, that is it for the video on the boost upgrades, the motor and battery upgrade from Tomb45, guys. If you want to check it out, check in the description down below. You go just click it, go check it out. Like I said, it's gonna be $60 for a limited time for the whole bundle. So the battery used to be $45 by itself. Now you can get both for $60. So if you guys want to grab one, head to the website right now and get one. And Tim's about to go cop one right now for his Babyliss. Guys, actually, he has one that we built in such an old body that is so powerful that it was rattling like crazy. It was an old Custom FX out of the junkyard, and the motor and battery was so strong it was too loud for him. So he's actually trying to get a new one. He was trying to get this thing from me, but we're not gonna let that happen. So anyway, guys, do me a favor. If you like this, smash that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this Custom FX, and I'll catch you guys next time.